What is going on out there, peeps? Over the last 6 or 7 years or so, there has been a quiet civil war happening here in our country. Whether people want to believe it or recognize it or not, it doesn't make a difference. There's been a battle between good and evil. One person told me that they absolutely felt worldwide we were in Armageddon. And when they made that comment for a second, it kind of threw me off. But when you think about it, it feels that way. Bad versus good. While today, the good lost one of its best warriors. Some of you out there may know or may not know who Diamond and Silk are. They made a name for themselves when they came out as Trump supporters. You know, this is unheard of. You know, according to what the media is saying, all black people hate Trump. All women hate Trump. But you had 2 black women, Diamond and Silk, their sisters, huge Trump supporters. Diamond and Silk paved the way for a lot of other minorities to speak out and be proud to be Trump supporters. When at the time that they came forward, it was not a cool thing to do. Candace Owen was another one of these people. Tatum. I mean, there's a small list of people who bucked what the media was saying, and they dared speak out. And these people were really, truly heroes, because you got to understand, if you're a minority, especially a black person, and you come out as a Trump supporter and you explain why, all hell is unleashed on you. You're called a white supremacist like Candace Owen, even though she's black. That these people were promoting white supremacy. They were attacked by other black people. They're attacked by Democrats. They're attacked by Antifa. You know, the very thing that the left claims to protect, which is women of color, minorities, the right to speak out. But unless you're a Trump supporter, then it's totally different. These people were bashed by members of Congress, the Senate. These people were bashed by the media, and yet they stood tall and they stood strong in this fight between good and evil, and it truly is. I understand the Republicans and the Democrats are 2 sides of the same evil coin, but at least there's a handful of Republicans, I believe, that are fighting the same fight for the good side. We fight on the side of God. And when it's all said and done, history is going to remember Diamond and Silk because of their bravery. Seriously. Candace Owens the same way. You might not like what these women have to say, but they came out and spoke their minds and their truth to the world in a time when it was not okay to do it. It put their very lives at risk. And so Trump posted this morning that Diamond had passed away. Now, I've never had a chance to meet Diamond and Silk. I've seen them from time to time in passing. When I was in Washington on January the 6th, they weren't too far from us. I had a chance to see them. Put a big smile on my face because they're very entertaining women. So let's get into this, and I'm going to show you why it is I love these girls. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link will be down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy Silver. Yes, it has changed. PIMPY-SILVER. So if you're watching this video and it's an older video, make sure you check on current videos because the code is going to be changing from time to time from now on. Also, I can be found on other platforms. Everybody knows I have my own website, Pimpy's News Network. Over here, I post videos that I can't get away with over on YouTube. Also, I have a group on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. Come on over here and join us. It's free to do so. You can also come follow me on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and Odyssey. The links for all these platforms will be down below in the description. So for whatever reason, if I get removed off of one platform, you could find me on the others. Also, for those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. Go ahead and pause the video and feel free to write it down and reach out to me. So I'm going to tell a little story so it leads into this a little bit. It's kind of funny. I remember I was working at a job as a manager. The company was big. We used to be able to get off work, and downstairs in the lobby area, there was a bar. So after work, I'd go down there and have a drink or two. I met a really nice girl. We would see each other from time to time. I met another girl at the same bar. I started seeing her. We would go out from time to time. Now, mind you, I'm single. I'm not in a relationship. And then there was a third girl. So it's not like all these girls hung around the bar. I just seen them one time or another there, and we started talking, and I would go see them, and we'd go out. So I'd see all three girls, and it's not like I hid it. I told each girl that, I'm not in a relationship, so I kind of see a couple of other people. At the time I said this to them, it didn't appear to be that big of a deal at the time. Again, the company is a very big company. It was actually a casino. So I had many friends there, but I had one friend. He's a black friend, and usually I don't bring up skin color unless it has something to do with the story, so it does. I remember I was in the copy room, and it's a pretty big room because I was going over some paperwork that I generated to analyze them. As a matter of fact, I was called a revenue auditor. I'd created spreadsheets to use where I could keep track of every single thing that happens down at the casino. I could tell you what games are more popular than others, which ones are your biggest money makers, which slot machines are failures. I mean, you name it. I came up with this method. And it was real tedious, so I had a lot of information. So when I used to go into this printer room, I loved it. It had this huge island in the middle, so I had all my paperwork spread out there, and I'd get into this. So I'm going through my paperwork and reading it as I'm stacking it and putting it in order. And I could see down the hallway, my friend's coming to me, fast stepping. And he opens up the door and he says, "We need to talk." I says, "Okay." He said, "Is it true that you were seeing so-and-so?" I said, "Yeah, we see each other from time to time." He said, "Is it true you're seeing so-and-so as well?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Are you crazy?" He goes, "And I also heard a rumor that you're seeing so-and-so." And I said, "Yeah, first of all, why is that a big deal and why are you on my business?" You see, he said, "Look, I don't know how often or how many times you've ever dated black women before," because all three were black. He said, "But you can't do that like this." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Wait till they find out about each other." I said, "I told them about each other." He says, "Were they really paying attention?" I mean, paying attention. And I had to laugh. I was like, "Dude, what's the big deal?" He goes, "You got to understand, if black women get pissed off, they don't care where you're at. They're going to let the whole world know. They're going to yell at you. It's going to be a big scene." As I'm talking to him, I'm not even kidding you, almost on cue. All three of them, not one, not two, all three of them, walking down the hallway towards the printer room. And he's sitting there lecturing me about how all hell's going to break loose. They're going to yell. They're going to make a big scene. They're going to get hella ghetto in here. And I was like, what the hell did I just get myself into? I didn't realize that, dating was such a big deal. And I said, "Well, what the hell do I do?" Because here they come. You can see they look pissed off. He says, "Man, he's like, you're going to have to man up. You're going to have to do something. You have to, take control of the situation." He had me so hyped up, man, I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, I don't want people to make a big scene. The last thing I wanted to do is get fired from my job. I was like, I go, what the hell? I'm not in a relationship. They are aware of each other. They look pissed. He wasn't lying. They didn't just come into the room. They swung the door open hella hard. Came in with hands on the hips and started pointing. And before one word came out of their mouth, I was so concerned about the scene I was about to start, I actually got scared and I yelled, "Shut up!" before they even started talking. I go, "Don't say nothing, we're at work." I said, "I got to get control of this thing." I said, "If you guys got a problem with what's going on, wait till after work." I'm not kidding. I had this big fit. Now, again, I was kind of a big wig in the casino, and they just stopped and kind of put him back on their heels. I said, "Now get the hell out of here and go back to work." So they left. My friends looking at me, looking at the women walk away, looking at me, looking at the women walk away. I told them what I said at the end was, "Look, we'll all talk like adults after work. Let's go to that bar," because there's several bars in the casino. The women started walking away. My friend was looking at them, looking at me, looking at them, looking at me. I was like, "Dude, I didn't know what the hell to do. I got scared. You freaking scared the crap out of me." He goes, "Oh my God, did I just see this? Did I just witness? How did you do that?" And I was like, "What do you mean? You scared me, man." He was like, "No, they actually stopped and left." And we joked about it. And I even joked with the women later on. I went down to the bar. We did have a civil conversation. One of them was hurt. And I was like, "I don't understand. I told you guys, I'm not in a relationship. I'm dating. It's a long story." But anyways, I bring that up because I'm I'm going to show you a moment from Diamond and Silk, and I'm going to show you how they act. And as my friend's telling me what might happen, this is how I visualize these women acting. And it freaking got me scared, man. It was funny as hell, but it wasn't. So you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a moment. Diamond and Silk, Lynette Hardaway dies. Donald Trump says death of political commentator was unexpected. They were hardcore Donald Trump supporters. They were out there fighting the narrative that Trump was a racist, and he wasn't a racist. It's just all BS. And they worked closely with Trump, and they were advocates for Trump. They wanted people to know the truth, all the great things that Trump did for the minority community, despite what the hell the media tells you. So they were like salmon swimming against the current. But they didn't care. They did it proudly. They were proud Trump supporters. So President Trump took to Truth Social to share that Diamond, whose real name is Anisha Lynette Hardaway, from the Diamond and Silk duo, had died. So excuse me, I'm going to have to pause here every now and then. It's weird because, like I said, I've not met them personally, but Diamond's passing away, for some reason, has actually affected me emotionally. Only because I realize that we are truly in a spiritual war. So when I see a spiritual warrior, an angel, pass away, in my opinion, it's, I didn't realize it was going to have this kind of effect on me. It's a really bad news for Republicans and frankly all Americans. Our beautiful Diamond of Diamond and Silk has just passed away at her home in the state she loves so much, North Carolina. Silk was with her all the way. And at her passing, there was no better team anywhere or at any time. Diamond's death was totally unexpected. Probably her big and precious heart just plain gave out. Rest in peace, our magnificent Diamond. You will be greatly missed. So as of now, the cause of death is unknown. She was 51 years old. Diamond, along with Silk, billed themselves as Trump's most loyal supporters. The mega duo supported Trump throughout his presidency and beyond. So Diamond and Silk rose to notoriety for their political comments on YouTube, and they both got shows on Fox News Nation and Newsmax TV. On the latter network, Diamond and Silk Crystal Clear aired on Saturday nights. So after Trump posted this, of course, Republicans took to Twitter to give their condolences. I don't expect anything from the Democrats because Diamond and Silk let the world know how they truly felt about Democrats, their corrupt and sinful ways, and you're going to hear what I'm talking about. This is a congressional hearing in which Diamond and Silk are there to give testimony. Now, I believe this is Democratic Senator Johnson. Is this the one? Johnson, let's see. Now, let me show you what kind of bright bulb this guy is. This is a senator who is asking one of our military leaders, if Guam continues to get overpopulated, couldn't it tip the island over? I'm not kidding you. I'm not even making it up.
I don't know how many square miles that is. Do you happen to know?
I don't have that figure with me, sir. I can certainly supply it to you if you'd like.
Yeah, my fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
We don't anticipate that.
That is the Democrats at their greatest.
That is the goal. It's ambitious. And
how is that possible? You're talking about everybody having to drive an electric car?
It's going to require a lot of rapid change that we don't even conceive as possible right now.
Look at Anderson's face. And when we talk about the intelligence agencies infiltrating our media, Anderson Cooper, by the way, you can Google this, he's CIA. Come on, people. Do you really think that these people should be getting paid millions to talk on the news? They're not even worth it. They're being paid millions so they can sleep at night, knowing they're pushing all this BS on the rest of the world. But look what he has to deal with. This is when AOC first got in office. He looks disgusted that he has this assignment. It's absolutely hilarious.
What is the problem with trying to push our technological capacities to the furthest extent possible?
This would require them raising taxes.
There's an element where, people are going to have to start paying their fair share in taxes.
Do you have a specific on the tax rate?
You know, you look at our tax rates back in the 60s, and when you have a progressive tax rate system, your tax rate, you know, let's say from $0 to $75,000 may be 10% or 15%, etc. But once you get to like the tippy tops, on your $10 millionth dollar.
The tippy top. Here's the thing about Democrats. They're really good at just BSing. What they won't tell you as the tippy top, the top 1%, are made up usually of couples who've busted their asses all their entire life and have saved up for retirement. And I kid you not. So when they talk about taxing the top 1%, that's who they're talking about. People who've already paid taxes. People who've been paying taxes their whole life. What they should be more specific about is billionaires who continue to use their companies as a way to get out of paying taxes. You see, when you have people like Coca-Cola and Amazon and even Tesla paying $0 in taxes, that's a huge problem when they make billions and billions of dollars. So they have to be more target specific, in my opinion. But anyways, AOC, who I affectionately call Seabiscuit. Okay, this is Senator Johnson. He's the brainiac of the Democratic Party. The guy that's concerned about Guam flipping over. To come full circle, he decides to go ahead and start questioning Diamond and Silk. And Diamond and Silk are going to come out and act like the very women that I thought I was going to have to deal with when I seen 3 girls that I was dating walking down the hallway. One of them twisting her damn hair up and putting a pencil through it, all right? Just let me show you what happens because I love it.
But what we are dealing with today, we're giving a platform to Diamond and Silk. And you ladies are very impressive to me. You have taken something and you have moved forward with it, exercising your First Amendment rights, and you've made a ton of money.
Real quick, look at my man in the back here. He's like, why, God? Why? Why am I interning for this idiot? That's what's really going through his mind.
And you've made a ton of money off of Facebook, isn't that correct?
Absolutely not, because Facebook censored us for
Donald
6
Trump,
months.
Oh, look at
Donald Trump introduced you all at a rally last year, and he introduced y'all saying that you were very popular.
Keep messing with him and watch.
Money based on your affiliation with him, isn't that correct?
Let me tell you what he was doing.
Yes,
He was calling those things that was not as though they were, is what he was doing then. But let me tell you something.
But he has given you
But Facebook censored us for 6 months.
Hold on 1 second, ma'am.
Look, he's cutting him off and pissing him off. Look at her face. This is how I visualized they were going to act to me, man. I was scared as hell.
The point I'm trying to make is you all have been bashing Facebook and you've been making a ton of money.
This guy right here is like, God, please, God help me.
Isn't that correct?
No.
Excuse me,
No.
You've not been,
Wait a minute, hold up. Unsafe to the community.
you've not been making a ton of money based on
you know
your
what?
bashing of Facebook?
No. We didn't bash Facebook. What
Well,
we
have
did
you
was
been
we
making
brought
a
it to
ton
the
of money?
light on how Facebook has been censoring
been-
conservative voices like ourselves
have
for
you been
6
making-
months, 29 days,
Have you been
5
making a
hours,
ton of money?
43 minutes, and 40 seconds. That's what they did.
Now, I can tell you
Have
something.
you been
we did.
making? Have you been making money? Have you been monetizing?
They won't let us monetize on Facebook.
So you
They
haven't
stopped
been-
it for 6 months, 29 days.
So they've been messing with your money then.
Exactly. That's
They
exactly what I'm
limited
about to
our
say.
page is
All
what
right.
they did.
And YouTube did also by demonetizing 95% of our videos for no reason at all,
But you
deeming it
still-
as hate
but
speech.
you still
However,
selling-
allow me to say
Still
that with
selling
them,
merchandise on the.
Well, even if we sell
platform.
merchandise, that don't have anything to do with Facebook. Facebook censored our free speech. And shame on the ones that don't even see that we have been
Go,
censored.
Diamond.
Yet, when the Black Lives Matter people complain about it, oh, everybody everybody is up in arms. Let me just say this here. If the shoe was on the other foot and Mark Zuckerberg was a conservative and we were liberals, all fences and all chains would have broke loose. You know it and I know it. But what I find appalling is that these Democrats, they don't want to take up for our voice.
Democrats would be in the street. Democrats would be in the street right now marching and calling him all type of racists.
I'd like to give you a little bit more time. I'd like to give you a little bit more time, but I got to move on. Only got a minute left.
Okay.
But I appreciate you all for your entrepreneurial spirit.
That's
and
part of the
we're giving you a
American dream.
And we want to attain it too.
And we're giving you a tremendous platform with this hearing to make a ton of money when it's over.
That's right. And I hope everybody on Facebook can follow us.
And like, yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
there
That's
you
right.
go.
Because that's
Get your money. Look, they're like, look, okay, I'll play your game. I'll play your game. Yeah, he's like being a smartass about it, and they're like, okay, yeah. Everybody follows on Facebook. They're telling everybody where they could be found. Man, I love it. I love it. Look, sometimes you got to roll with the punches in order to win the fight. And they realize that with the Democrats are going to try to slander him any way possible. But look how they get all worked up. I love it. When you see Diamond over here, who is on the left, rest in peace, Diamond. What a beautiful soul. She gets worked up and you keep cutting her off. She's going to snap, and she does. We'll continue here in just a moment because it's awesome. And they're being questioned by a Democratic senator who's worried about Guam flipping over due to overpopulation. Oh my God. Yes, yes, yes. I'm not making it up. Those are the people that were voted into office. Let that sink in for just a moment. The moment's passed. I'm curious, down in the comments, how many of you are worried about overpopulation to the point in which an island would actually flip over? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Anyways, let's continue here. Diamond, beautiful person. Beautiful. But I love the fact that they're like, yeah, by the way, you can. Go ahead and follow us at why not? Get your money. Get your money.
That's what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about the obtaining the American dream. We are African American women. If illegal aliens can come over here and build businesses, why can't we? And we were born on this soil. You don't have a right to silence my voice.
Well, now I've always heard though that diamonds are a girl's best
They are, and they hard too. And if I got to be hard and be firm
Get
with
some,
you,
girl.
I will. You're not going to brush us off and dismiss us
No, you're not.
like we don't have merit here.
But
These
you
people
prefer-
censors us for no reason. They put
Oh my
limitations
God, I
on
love
our
it.
page for no reason, and that was wrong.
But rather than diamonds, you're seeking money with Facebook. Isn't that correct?
Well, you know what? If Facebook is a platform for you to make money, then so be it.
Yes.
Everybody else do
Well, I
it.
respect-
And don't stop us from making it.
And don't make us feel guilty because we and other people that's built their brand page want to make money. We've spent plenty of money.
All right.
That's right.
Okay. I'm with you on
Look
that.
at Johnson like, holy
I'm
crap, what
just
did I do?
astounded that this committee would stoop to this level to be positioning you all to make more money.
We really thank the committee for
Allowing
this
us.
to the light.
Senator Johnson, the man who thinks islands can tip over. He's trying to be sarcastic. He's trying to be a smartass. But all he's doing is just walking right into the fire. He's like trying to go, oh, look, they're only doing this because it's about money. They're doing it because it's a combination of two things. Content creators are out there because they want their voices to be heard. But there's a lot of work involved with creating content. So if you're going to put in all this time to create content and you have an opportunity to get paid for it, then be so. But if you find out that you're being demonetized, or you're being silenced, censored, and your opponent is not, and they're continuing to make money, they're continuing to be pushed forward because they have a different political opinion than you, of course you're going to be pissed because you're thinking to yourself, wait, why am I being targeted? Is it because of the way I think? Is it because of the people I support? Yes, it is. And then to have the platform say, no, it's not about that. Yes, it is about that. It's been exposed. You guys got to pay attention to Twitter files. So anyways, as you can see, Diamond, she's getting herself so riled up. And these guys keep cutting her off. It's not the first time. You got to see Candace Owens unload on committee hearings because they're rude. They lie. She's caught them in their bluff. Again, to come back full circle, when I was dating 3 women, I didn't think it was a big deal because I was dating. I wasn't in a relationship. So when my friend got me all riled up, I was concerned that they would all 3 come in as mad as Diamond is on this platform and yell. So when he said, you better do something, I didn't know what to do. I panicked and started yelling as soon as they came to the door because I wanted to put a stop to it before it even started. So at the end of the day, we did meet down in the bar, and I just explained myself. All 3 were there. I told them I'm interested in seeing them. I'm not looking for a relationship at the moment. And anyways, that's the thing of the past. But it reminds me when I see them of what I thought I was avoiding and how it could have been a lot worse.
I'm sure
For
that
little voices like us.
I'm sure that you-
It's little voices
Thank
like
you.
us.
Because it wasn't you. You didn't do it.
Thank
The
you.
time of the
was-
gentleman has expired. I thank the exchange. The gentleman asked.
Look at the guy in the background
questions,
laughing.
the
Look,
ladies answered
the
his
homeboy right
questions.
here. Look.
And the chair now
I
recognizes.
thank the chairman.
The chair now recognizes the gentleman.
Now I'm going to rewind just a little bit, but watch this guy in the back. He's trying so hard. His face is red. You can see it there. I'm going to back up just a little bit. Watch him.
Because it wasn't you. You didn't do it.
Thank
The
you.
time of the gentleman has expired. I thank
at
the
him.
exchange. The gentleman asked the questions. The ladies answered his questions. And the chair now
I
recognizes.
thank the chairman.
The chair now.
He's hiding his
recognizes the
face. He don't want to
gentleman
get caught
from Iowa, Mr. King,
laughing.
for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me see. I'd almost tempted to yield my time back to Mr. Johnson, but
Bring it.
Come on.
if you had to rely on just watching your traffic go down on YouTube and on Facebook and on Twitter and wherever else, would you have a chance to have a voice to express this? Or could it be that because you had another outlet, this issue came up far enough that now America's watching?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because we had another outlet, because certain Republicans spoke out about it and took up for the little voices like ourselves is how this came to light. If not, when they deemed us unsafe to the community, it would have been that. They told us we couldn't appeal it. We would have been out. And this is what happened oftentimes with people in our country, particularly minorities, where these big giants, they take and they put their feet on your neck. They pull the rug right up from under you and then dare you to move. You know, they tell us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. But how can we do that when they take those same straps and use them to hang us out to dry? That is not fair, and that's got to stop in this country. And it stops today.
With everybody.
Absolutely, because listen, they have these platforms to have it where you can monetize. You can make money off of these platforms. So if you're building your brand and you're pumping money into building your brand, it is not fair for somebody to change the rules in the middle of the game. And I think that's what's happening with the American people.
Ooh, yikes. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yeah, she's touching a nerve. Welcome to my world. I busted my ass to build up my other channel. And it was removed because I expressed my opinion about something that I saw. Do you understand what they're saying? It's not fair that that one political side is being targeted. They bust their ass to build up their platforms. They work hard. And of course they want to be monetized because of all the time spent and energy spent to create the content that people want to hear. But if you remove their ability to make a living off of it, well, then it makes it hard to continue being a content creator, which is exactly what they're doing. So can you imagine if you're watching the media, and you're watching Anderson Cooper, let's say, and all of a sudden people are complaining, they don't like what he's saying, and then they're saying, you know, Anderson, I know you get a paycheck every week, but we're going to pull your paychecks. He's going to be like, what? Yeah. You've been demonetized. You can no longer make money doing the news on CNN or any other person out there on any other media platform. Fox News, Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, or even Anderson Silver, Don Lemon. Can you imagine these people, they get millions of dollars and all of a sudden somebody walks up to them and goes, yeah, you can continue, in some cases, to do the news, but you're not getting paid for it. The company's going to get paid for it, but you're not going to get paid for it. See, because that's what YouTube does. They'll still run ads on your videos, they'll collect the revenue, but they won't give it to you because you've been demonetized. Or as soon as these guys are ready to do their job, they're told, yeah, we're sorry, we stopped your programming. You're not on today. You can't be on at all. We're going to erase all elements of your existence, just like that. Anderson Cooper's up there and he's doing his show, and then woof, he's gone, just like that. People are like, what happened to Anderson Cooper? We don't know. Nobody said anything. Nobody did anything. We have no idea where Anderson Cooper is. That's what it's like to be a content creator on YouTube and say something that they don't agree with. They will literally wipe you off, and that's what she's talking about. Look, we have a right to get paid for the content that we create because of all the time and energy spent doing it. But just because there's a political agenda out there, so people want to say, oh, they're private companies. I will say this. I'm going to just quote the words of a Texas judge who put a lawsuit against these social media platforms to go forward. He said, I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of protections you think you have. It is clear as day that it says no law will be passed, no policies passed that infringes upon the constitutional rights of the people. Now, you could jump up and down and say you have 230 protection and have a right to censor anybody. When your censoring violates the constitutional right of freedom of speech, that's when you lose. And he allowed the case to go forward to the next level. So when these girls are saying that, hey, look, we have a right to make money off of what we're saying. When it's the other way around, they don't get cut off and they make money and nobody makes a big deal about it. So it's not so much that they are focused on the money, because trust me, they have a ton of it. It was more about, sure, we get paid for our content creation as we should, but how is that possible when these platforms are censoring us, shadow banning us, removing us, interfering with our monies? So those women, in my opinion, are warriors for God. So I am saddened that one of our best warriors is no longer with us. So rest in peace, Diamond. A lot of us are going to have to pick up this slack and toe the line and fill in the gap that is left behind because she is no longer here. Anyways, you guys, that's it for now. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and I'll get back to you. I'm out.